Robert F. Kennedy Jr. responding to claims he is working with the Democrat Party to help President Biden get reelected. On Friday, Donald Trump posting, quote, RFK Jr. is a Democrat plant, a radical left liberal who's been put in place in order to help crooked Joe Biden, the worst president in the history of the United States, get reelected. But RFK responded saying, instead of lobbing poisonous bombs from the safety of his bunker, let's hear President Trump defend his record to me mano a mano by respectful, congenial debate. Kaylee McGhee White is the editor of Restoring America at the Washington Examiner and a Steamboat Institute Blakely Fellow. Kaylee joins me now. Great to have you, my friend, as always. I don't know. I'm trying to read what Trump's play is on this. Should he actually be picking battles with RFK Jr., especially in light of the fact that when all three of them are in polls together, it's clear in most of those polls that RFK Jr. siphons votes away from Joe Biden?
Yeah, he definitely hurts Biden in these polls far more than he hurts Trump. You're right about that. So I think that Trump is wrong to sort of give the attention that RFK so desperately wants. However, I don't think that it's an unfair characterization to call RFK a Democratic plant. In fact, I think that that might be inaccurate and that RFK is just a Democrat flat out. He's always been a Democrat. He endorsed Hillary Clinton in 2016. He voted for Joe Biden in 2020. And his policies are nearly identical to Joe Biden's on issues like climate change, abortion, and gun control. So this is not a candidate who resembles the Republican Party platform in any meaningful way, and Trump is right to point that out.
Yeah, I think that is an important point that needs to be made. I think a lot of times, if you see RFK Jr. on our air, you think, oh my God, he must be a Republican all of a sudden. Not necessarily the case. But when you take a step back and you look at the two candidates, RFK Jr. and Joe Biden, one clear difference is enthusiasm for each of them, and RFK Jr. addressed that yesterday. Take a listen.
So then why am I behind? The reason I'm behind is in the voting polls, the conventional voting polls, is because so many Americans are voting out of fear. I have yet to talk to anybody outside of my family who says we're voting for President Biden because he's energetic, the cognitive capacity to outsmart everybody in the world, and he's going to give us a new vision for America. They never say that.
I mean, same here, Kaylee. I live in a very Democrat state. Most of the people there are going to be voting for Joe Biden, but you never see any Joe Biden signs, shirts. You never hear anybody talking enthusiastically. It's like, oh, I have to take my medicine. I'm just going to vote for Joe. Your thoughts?
Well, and it's the quiet admission among most Democratic voters is that they will vote blue no matter who, even if it's a cognitively impaired Joe Biden. And this is the one thing that I would be wary of if I were Donald Trump going up against RFK in a five-way race with all the other independent candidates, is this ability of RFK to specifically attract young voters my age, Gen Z voters. We know that these voters are fleeing Joe Biden's campaign in droves, and there's no guarantee that they're going to end up in Trump's camp. However, if you do look at the polls, they tend to be the most attracted to independent candidates like RFK. RFK knows that. He's appealing to these independent voters. Trump is going to have to figure out a way to do the exact same thing.
Speaking of polls, a new CNN poll showing former President Trump's lead over President Biden widening to 6 points with just 6 months till Election Day. The same poll also showing 61% of registered adults think Joe Biden's presidency is a failure, while 55% think Donald Trump's presidency was a success. I looked at these numbers. I looked at the data behind these numbers. In the end, despite all the issues that we debate, isn't it all going to come down to how people feel the beginning of November or when they vote when it comes to their pocketbook, their financial situation, whether they pull the lever for Trump, Biden, or RFK Jr.?
Well, and it really boils down to one question, which is who was the better president? This is a consistent finding that we've seen across these polls now, is that when people are asked, do you think that Donald Trump was a better president or do you think that Joe Biden was a better president? A vast majority of voters say Donald Trump, and it's because they're measuring the overall quality of their lives, which, as you mentioned, are very much so affected by the economy, by the pocketbooks. And this is why Trump's legal cases aren't making much of a dent in his lead right now in these swing states. It's also why Joe Biden's attempt to run on niche issues like climate change or like abortion just aren't working for him, because people are looking at the overall quality of their lives and they're asking, who helped me out the most? And the bad news for Biden is that most voters are saying Trump.
Yeah. Kamala is headed to Atlanta today to try to convince Georgia voters that the economy is doing well. But again, you look at your wallet, you look at your bank account, and that makes the final decision as to how you're doing. Kaylee McGhee White, appreciate your time as always. Thank you very much.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.